We have special lecture by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada on account of Srila Narottama Thakur's disappearance day.
This song was sung by Narottama Thakur, a great devotee Acharya in the disciplic succession of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya means the disciplic succession who are coming down from Lord Chaitanya. So, this Narottama Thakur has written many songs and it is recognized as an authority by all the Vaishnavas. He has sung these songs in simple Bengali language, but the purport and the deep meaning of the song is very significant. He says, Gauranga bolite habe pulakasari. This is the perfection of chanting, that as soon as we chant or take the name of Lord Gauranga, who initiated the Sankirtan movement, at once there will be a shivering in the body. So, it is not to be imitated, but Narottama Thakur is recommending when that opportune moment will come to us, that as soon as we shall chant Lord Gauranga's name, there will be shivering in the body. And after the shivering, Hari Hari bolite nayane babe neer. While chanting Hare Krishna, there will be tears in the eyes. Then again, he says, Ar kabe nitai chand karuna kore. We are all asking about the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Nityananda is supposed to be the original spiritual master. So, we have to approach Gauranga, or Lord Chaitanya, through the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So, what is the symptom of a person who has achieved the causeless mercy of Lord Nityananda? Narottama Thakur says that one who has actually received the causeless mercy of Nityananda, he has no more any material desire. That is the symptom. Har kabe nitai chand karuna karibe sangsara vasana mor kabe tuchha. Sangsara vasana means desire for material enjoyment, when it will become very insignificant. Of course, so long we have got this body, we have to accept so many things, material, but not in the spirit of enjoyment, but to keep up the body and soul together. So, and he says further, Rupa Raghunato pade hoibe akuti. When I shall be very much eager to study the books left by the 6 Goswamis. Akuti means eagerness. Because Rupa Goswami is the father of this devotional service. He has written that book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In that book, there is nice direction. Of course, in Chaitanya Chaitamrita and other books, we have given the summary of those direction in our book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So, one has to learn the conjugal loving affairs of Radha Krishna through the teachings of these 6 Goswamis. Narottama Thakur giving us the direction that you do not try to understand the conjugal love of Radha Krishna by your own endeavor. You should try to understand by the direction of the Goswamis. So Narottama Das Thakur sings, Narottama Ruparaghunato pade haive akuti kabe hama bujhavasi jugalaprit. Jugalaprit means conjugal love. Another thing he sings, that Vishwa chariya kabe shuddha habe mon. This mind, so long the mind is too much absorbed in materialistic thought, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Vrindavan. Narottama Das Thakur says, Vishaya chariya kabe shuddha habe. When my mind will be completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand what is Vrindavan, what is conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. This is another song composed by Narottama Das Thakur, and he says that one who has accepted the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, in other words, one who has the only asset of possession, the 2 feet of Lord Chaitanya, such person is supposed to know what is the essence of devotion and service. Se jane bhakti rasasa. What is the purport of devotional service, or what is the humor of devotional service, can be understood by a person who has accepted Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet as everything. The idea is that actually Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, and he is teaching a devotional service to the living entities personally, directly. Therefore the modes of devotional service as taught by Lord Chaitanya is the most perfect. There cannot be any doubt. The expert or the master is teaching the servant how to work. If somebody is master of some engineering work and he is personally teaching some assistant, that teaching instruction is most perfect. Similarly, Lord Krishna himself, in the role of a devotee, is teaching devotional service. Therefore, the path chalked out by Lord Krishna is the most feasible way for perfection to devotional service. Sejane bhakti rasa sar. Sar means essence. Then he says, Gaurangara madhur lila jar karne praveshya. Now, he comes to the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. He says that Lord Chaitanya's pastimes are also as much transcendental as Lord Krishna's. As in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that anyone who can simply understand the transcendental appearance, disappearance, activities, work of Krishna, he immediately becomes eligible to enter into the kingdom of God, simply by understanding the pastimes and the work, transcendental activities of Krishna. Similarly, one who enters into the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, he immediately becomes freed from all contamination of the heart. Gaurangara madhurlila jar karne praveshla. Karne praveshla, simply one has to receive the message of Lord Chaitanya. Karne means in the ear. To give the message a submissive oral reception. Then immediately one's heart becomes freed from all material contamination. Then he says, Je Gaurangir Namalaya Tar Hai Pramod. the devotees are concerned how to develop love of God. Narottama Thakur recommends that anyone who simply chants Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Gauranga means with all this paraphernalia. As soon as we speak of Gauranga, we should mean the five: Lord Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar and Shiva, altogether. The Gauranga Namala, anyone who chants, immediately he will develop love of God. Gauranga Namala, tar hai pramod. Tare mui jai boli hari. Narottama Thakur says, I offer him all congratulations because it is certain that he has developed love of God. Then he says, Gauranga gunete jhure nitya lila taresh pure. Anyone, if he cries simply by hearing the transcendental qualities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he at once understands what is the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Nitya lila means the pastimes or the loving exchange affairs between Radha and Krishna. That is eternal. That is not temporary. We should not think that Radha Krishna pastime, loving affairs is just like the business of a young boy or girl as we see in this material world. Such loving affairs is not at all loving affairs, they are lusty affairs and they are not eternal. Therefore they break. Today I am in love with somebody and next day it breaks. But Radha Krishna Lila is not like that. It is eternal. Therefore, that is transcendental and this is temporary. So, simply one who is absorbed in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, he can immediately understand what is the actual position of the loving affairs of Radha Krishna. Nitya lila taresh pure, sejaya Radha Madhava, sejaya Brajanda Suto Pasu. And simply by doing that, he becomes eligible to enter into the abode of Krishna. Brajanda Sutta means the son of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan. He is sure to go to associate with Krishna in his next birth. Gaurangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddha Boli Mane. Anyone who has understood that the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they are not ordinary conditioned soul. They are liberated soul. Nitya Siddha Boliman. There are three kinds of devotees. One is called Sadhan Siddha. Sadhan Siddha means by following the regulative principles of devotional service, if one becomes perfect, he is called Sadhan Siddha. Another devotee is called Kripa Siddha. Kripa Siddha means even if he has not followed strictly all the regulative principles, still by the mercy of Acharya or a devotee or by Krishna, he is elevated to the perfectional state. That is special. And another devotee is called Nitya Siddha. Nitya Siddha means they were never contaminated. The Sadhana Siddha and Kripa Siddha was contaminated by material touch and by following regulatory principles or by the mercy or grace of some devotee and acharya, they are elevated to the perfectional state. But Nitya Siddha means they were never contaminated. They are ever liberated. So all the associates of Lord Chaitanya, just like Advaita Prabhu, Srivas, Gadadhar, Nityananda, they are Vishnu Tattva, they are all liberated. Not only they, the Goswamis, there are many others, so they are ever liberated. So one who can understand that the associates of Lord Chaitanya are ever liberated, Nitya Siddha Bali Mane, Sijaya Brajanda Sutapasa. Immediately he he becomes eligible to enter into the abode of Krishna. And then he says, Gaura Mandala Bhumi Jeva Jane Chintana. The Gaura Mandala means the place in West Bengal wherein Lord Chaitanya had his pastimes. In Navadvip, during Lord Chaitanya's birth anniversary, the devotees go and circumambulate different places of Lord Chaitanya's pastime. It takes 9 days. So, that portion of Bengal is called Gaura Mandala. So, Narottama Das Thakur says, one who understands that there is no difference between this part of the country with Vrindavan, tar hoy brajabhume vas. It is as good as one lives in Vrindavan. Then he says, Gaura Prema Rasarnave. Lord Chaitanya's activities is just like an ocean of loving affairs of Krishna. Therefore, one who takes a dip into this ocean, Gaura Prema Rasarnave, Sitarange Jivatube. Just like we take a dip and bath and we play a sport in the waves of the ocean or sea. Similarly, one who takes pleasure taking a dip and sporting with the waves of the ocean of Lord Chaitanya's distribution of love of God, such a person becomes immediately a confidential devotee of Lord Krishna. Say Radha Madhava Antaranga. Antaranga means not ordinary devotee. They are confidential devotee. Narottama Das Thakur says, Griheva bonete thake. Such devotee who is taking pleasure in the waves of Lord Chaitanya's movement, because he has become a very confidential devotee of the Lord, therefore Narottama Das Thakur says, such devotee, it doesn't matter whether he is in the renounced order of life or whether he is a householder. Griha means household. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement does not say that one has to become a renounced order sannyasi. Just like Mayavadi sannyasi, impersonalists, Shankaracharya, they put the first condition that you take up the renounced order of life first, and then talk of spiritual advancement. So in Shankar Sampradaya, nobody is accepted as bona fide impersonalist unless he has accepted the renounced order of life. But here, in Chaitanya's movement, there is no such restriction. Advaita Prabhu, he was a householder. Nityananda, he was householder. Gadadhar, he was also householder. And Srivas, he was also householder. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also married twice. So it doesn't matter. So Narottama Das Thakur says that to become in renounced order of life or to remain in householder life, that does not matter. If he is actually taking part in the movements of Chaitanya's Sankirtan activities and actually understanding what it is, he is taking sport in the waves of such a devotional ocean, then such person is always liberated. And Narottama Das Thakur is aspiring his association ever increasing. That is the sum and substance of this song. Hari 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 Vifale Janama Goaim. This is a song sung by Narottama Das Thakur, very stalwart Acharya in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, disciplic succession. He has sung many songs, important songs, and his songs are accepted as Vedic conclusion. Very authoritative songs. So he says, praying to Lord Krishna, my dear Lord, Hari Hari, I have simply spoiled my life. Hari Hari Bipale Janamai. Why you have spoiled your life? He says, Manusya Jivana Paya. I got this human form of life, Radha Krishna Navulya, but I did not care to worship Radha Krishna. Therefore I have spoiled my life. And how it is? It is exactly like one takes poison knowingly. If somebody takes poison unknowingly, there is excuse. But if somebody takes poison knowingly, it is suicide. So he says, I have committed suicide simply by not worshipping Radha and Krishna in this human form of life. Then he says, Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. This Krishna consciousness movement, Sankirtan movement, is nothing material. It is directly imported from the spiritual kingdom known as Goloka Vrindavan. So Golokera Premadhana. And it is not ordinary sun. It is just the treasure of love of God. So, but I have no attraction for this. Rotina Janmilata. I have no attraction for it. On the contrary, Vishwa Vishanale Divanisi Yaja. And because I did not accept it, therefore, the blazing fire of the poison of material existence is constantly burning. Divanisi Hyajale. Day and night my heart is burning on account of this poisonous effect of material existence. And Torivare na koinu upaya. But I did not seek any remedy for this. In other words, the remedy for this blazing fire of material existence is the Sankirtan movement. It is imported from the spiritual kingdom. And who has imported it? Who has brought it? Then he says, Brajandanandana Jai Sachi Sutta Hailachu. Brajandanandan, the son of the king of Braja, that is Krishna. Krishna is known as son of Nanda Maharaj. He was king of Brajabhumi. So Brajandanandana, the same personality who was formerly the son of Nanda Maharaj, has now appeared as the son of Mother Sachi. Sachi Sutta Haila Se. And Balaram Haila Nitai. And Lord Balaram has become Nityananda. So these two brothers adventing, they are delivering all kinds of fallen souls. Papi tapi jato chilo. As many fallen souls there were within this world, they are delivering them simply by this chanting process. Hariname Uddhari. Simply by this chanting. How it is possible? Then he says, Tar Shakki Jagayarma. The living example is the two brothers, Jagai and Madha. The Jagai and Madha, two brothers, they happen to be born in a Brahmin family, but they turn to be divorce number one. And of course, nowadays in this age, their qualification is not considered divorce. Their debauchery was because they were drunkard and woman hunter. Therefore they were called debauch. And meat eater also. So, but they became later on delivered by Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, great devotees. So, Narottama Das Thakur's explanation says that in this age, although people are drunkard, woman hunter, meat eater, and gambler, all kinds of sinful actors, still if they take to this Krishna consciousness movement and chant Hare Krishna, they will be delivered, undoubtedly. This is the blessings of Lord Chaitanya. Then Narottama Das Thakur prays, Haha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta. My dear Lord Krishna, you are son of King Nanda, and your consort Radharani is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. So you are together here standing. Narottama Daso Khaye Nathelio Ragapaye. Now I am surrendering unto you. Please do not kick me away or push me away with your lotus feet, because I have no other shelter. I am just taking shelter unto the lotus feet without having any other means. So please accept me and deliver me. This is the sum and substance of this song.